How's it going, everybody? My name is AFarCryAway, and today we are going to be discussing Back 4 Blood's alpha test. So I actually wasn't thinking I would get into this, and all of a sudden last minute I just got a code and some friend codes, so I sent those out to my buddies, and we haven't all gotten a chance to play together, but I did jump into an online match just to kind of see how the game would run. And I have to say, my first impressions are all over the place. I think this game has a lot of potential as a massive Left 4 Dead 2 fan who still plays it like to this day. I think this game has a place next to it, and it could be very fun to play alongside something like Left 4 Dead. But in the current state, obviously, it's not quite there yet. But it does have a lot of cool things going for it that set it aside from Left 4 Dead, and you can definitely tell that they didn't want to copy Left 4 Dead in terms of a lot of aspects. Now, in some ways, I feel like this is for the better, in some ways I feel like it's for the worst, but maybe with time, we'll see that this game actually has a lot of really good things going for it, like with the perk system, or not the perks, but the cards, so to speak. I don't know what it's called, I guess we're just gonna call it the card system. This card system basically lets you tailor the rounds to be a little bit different. It kind of scales the difficulty. It also gives you like buffs and certain things for your weapons. There's also like a little store or shop you can access in the safe rooms. You can put like lasers on your gun. You can replace your shove attack with a knife insta-kill melee, which is actually super useful because the melee is a bit jank at the moment. But man, I don't know, like I really like those kind of systems. Anything that would give this game replayability, more incentive to go through the levels and unlock new things is always good. And Left 4 Dead 2 never really had that. The closest thing Left 4 Dead has to this would be like the mutations, which are more like separate game modes more so than anything else. So in a way, this actually is way more replayable right off the bat because of that. Now let's talk about like general gameplay feel. So when I booted into this for the first time, there were zombies T-posing everywhere, and then everyone was teleporting around. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that's probably just an alpha thing and should be smoothed out upon, you know, the final release. Although I can't guarantee any of this, but I mean, let's be real. They're not going to ship it with T-posing zombies, or at least I hope not. I hope they've learned something from watching Cyberpunk 2077 coverage. But yeah, I mean, as for the gun feel and everything, it feels really solid. I mean, they punch pretty well. It kind of reminds me of Second Extinction when you're shooting the dinosaurs and they just kind of like give out. I like it. It feels good. The animations could use a little bit of work, but so far, I mean, everything feels good, and even the pistol feels good to use. And if a pistol feels good to use in an FPS, you're generally looking at a good gameplay experience. But the melee, like I said earlier, is all over the place. Maybe I'm just bad at it and haven't used it long enough, but it just doesn't feel like the melee weapons are nearly as useful as in Left 4 Dead. There's no real like swinging arc to them. It feels almost like you're using a short-range gun, and that's not good. You want your melee to have some oomph behind it. You want it to have some reach, some spread. You need it to have like a shove effect almost on the zombies to kind of keep them off of you for it to actually be worth your while, because if you're using a melee weapon, you are allowing zombies within your range, and it's almost just like giving them free damage against you if the melee system is broken. You're almost better off using a gun currently in Back 4 Blood as far as I can tell. Now again, I could just be using it wrong. I did notice that the game gives you back HP for using melee weapons and getting kills, and it's almost like the developer's way of saying, hey, sorry, the melee sucks, here's some free health for using a melee weapon instead of a gun. And I don't feel like that's a very good way to fix the system. It feels like a band-aid and not... I mean, then again, thinking about it, that could have been one of the perks even. Maybe you don't get health back. Maybe that's actually just one of the perk cards kicking in. So for all we know, maybe melee really is just kind of busted. And again, I found that the V melee, the pushing, like the shoving, wasn't also super effective either, but the knife upgrade that lets you do the insta-kill knife, that actually saved me a lot of trouble because it would let me kill zombies instantly that were already in my face and conserve some ammo. I got to use a shotgun for a little bit, and that felt pretty punchy and fun. It was like a tier 1 shotgun though, so nothing special. It only had like what, 3 shells per reload cycle, so it wasn't like super effective, but it felt good to use, and that's what's important. Alright, let's talk about the special infected. I know one's called the Tall Boy, and that's about the only one I know. Granted, again, I've only literally played like 30 minutes of the game while doing this video. I think we got Bruisers, Wretches, Hawkers, I think. And a lot of them fit into the archetype of Left 4 Dead, kind of special infected, although some of them are a bit more unique and different. I think the most interesting thing was the ogre, or that like super giant zombie that can reach into places and grab you out. I think that thing is probably the most interesting next to the Tall Boy. I think those two special infected are definitely the most interesting in the game so far. And that's not to say that the other ones aren't fun to fight against. That's, you know, I mean, they're fun. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been playing a lot of Vermintide and a lot of, what's it called, World War Z and Left 4 Dead 2 recently. And it just kind of feels like all of these games share the same special infected, even if they are a little bit different from each other. And honestly, I think the game that's done the copying better, or rather the more original special infected types better, so far has been Vermintide 2. I don't know what it is, but that game's rats and stuff, they do some crazy shit, and I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna let some of this gameplay footage roll in the background, and I do want to play some more and make maybe another video on this game soon. So stay posted, stay around, stay subscribed for that. If you haven't subscribed, by the way, please do. I know that would be very helpful. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time on Back 4 Blood. Later.
Easy, I got you.
Need to reload. Ding ding, we got a winner.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but our settlement is gone. The infected have changed, mutated. I repeat, Evansburg is gone. No survivors.
Need to reload!
I'll take this.
Blow on round! Got a few spare rounds.
Ding ding, we got a winner.
Reloading!
Thank you, sir.
Anyone have some spare rounds? Cover me! Reloading!